Welcome to Would You, the Choose Your Own Adventure game show. Here on the show, we will go through several rounds of challenging questions and let our contestants have a chance to give me their best shot to defend their opinions. Depending on how they answer, one unlucky contestant, or technically me, could end up in the pit of unknown horrors. It's a long fall down to a doomed fate, and I certainly don't want to end up down there. Again, would you? So, with that in mind, let's meet our wonderful contestants. First off, we have streamer, a personal friend of mine, and one of the original guests on the prototype show, Would You Survive? CrashZone194. Crash! Woo! Celebration!
Hello.
Crash! Now, Crash, you've been a streamer for a few years. You were one of my first guests when we did Would You Survive, which, again, is the original version of how this all started, which I still appreciate. But what kind of stuff do you stream? Go ahead and plug yourself.
Okay. I am CrashZone194. I'm a variety VTuber who just recently got into 3D VTubing. I do a variety of games, such as I'm currently doing Cult of the Lamb. The next game I'm going to do is Far Cry 3. But I stream about every weekday from 3 or 4 to 7 o'clock. I haven't been doing streaming really because I recently got oral surgery done. Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
a toaster that had oral surgery.
Yeah. So you mentioned, just so you guys know, Crash had, what was it? You had your wisdom teeth removed like 2 days ago?
Yeah, and a couple broken teeth. 7 teeth in total.
Goodness. So, first off, give them a follow because they're coming here under physical duress. And second off, I feel for you. I'm so feeling for you. You came here, you put your health out there. We checked in multiple times. None of you could accuse me of bullying him to be here, but we checked in multiple times to make sure he was okay. And because he's here and because he's feeling sore, I feel the need to say I will not be using that as an excuse to give you a chance to live here. So that's, sympathy points are not going to count for anything. You might die anyway. Sorry about that.
Trust me. The hospital tried to kill me too. So no hard feelings.
I mean, you might survive. I mean, for all I know, down there, we might have a pit of qualified dentists this time. Every time we start the show, due to a timey-wimey wormhole thing, different things end up in that pit, so could be dentists this time. Probably isn't. It's probably nightmares.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, truth be told, I would rather have my teeth replaced at this point.
Ooh.
We'll
get you those Jaws, James Bond Jaws dentures, just like metal teeth. How's that sound? Chompy chomp.
Okay, I guess.
All right. Our next contestant, a fellow streamer, member of the Noodle Bowl, Knightlyzach. Zach, how you feeling today?
I'm actually feeling really good.
Excellent. And what kind of stuff do you stream?
Well, I usually like streaming Sea of Thieves because, love for pirates, yar har, fiddly dee.
Oh, don't know. Okay, so those who know me know that every time I hear the word Sea of Thieves, the same joke goes through my head every time, and I'm not allowed to say it. Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Do you want to see if these? No, I'm resisting the urge. It's not easy to do. But I'm trying, okay? I'm trying my best. Well, welcome to the show. Just to give everybody a heads up, it is Friday the 13th. And as such, we're making it a Friday the 13th Halloween-themed show. Now, you guys might be saying, it's frickin' June, why are you celebrating June? Well, if they can celebrate Christmas in July, I'm going to celebrate Halloween in June. It's just fair at this point. But that means every question we have is based off of horror movies, horror games, and just the various genre of that. Because, you know what, that's my comfort zone, if I'm being completely honest, and because it's kind of fun. So,
this is not a crash zone.
That pit probably doesn't have dentists, but you might find out. It's just I can hear them down. They're calling your name, Crash. I can hear it. But if you guys are ready, would you like to see our first round?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's hit it. we have Would You Survive? Which is a lovely round where we give you various scenarios that you will try to navigate through to survive. I will give you sometimes 3, sometimes more types of answers that you can use to be able to dictate how you would live in the scenario. If you don't like the ones I've given you, you can supplement your own. You just have to ask for option D. So in other words, you just got to ask for the D. So, have fun with that.
I'm having deja vu.
Oh, no.
Look, okay, in your case, you can ask for the USB stick. How's that sound?
No
plug
comment.
it in, plug it in. All right, let's see the first question. The day after Thursday 12th. It's summertime, and you are in need of some cash. And what better way to safely earn some money than to become a camp counselor? Luckily for you, Camp Crystal Lake is hiring, although they usually are hiring due to an abnormally high turnover rate. Anyway, you soon discover the reason as a machete-wielding psychopath gives you and your coworkers a scathing Yelp review via murderous rampage. After hours of being hunted, you finally manage to shoot, stab, and burn him enough to take him down, but someone who knows about the legend informs you that this mass delinquent has gone through worse and always come back. You need to find a way to dispose of him that's permanent, and you've got about 10 minutes. Also, in this question, you have access to anything you can access on campgrounds to accomplish these things. So, anything you can get in 10 minutes on the camp, with a little bit of leeway, give you a little bit of leeway because I'm nice like that, you can use it to try and do it. However, your main options are: would you exercise him? Wait a second. Well, we can't fix it now. Would you exercise him? B, throw him in the lake, or C, explosions? Whichever one of you wants to go first. I should ask. Have you guys seen any Friday the 13th movies?
No.
I have not, but I've seen a couple of the video games that were made quite a bit ago.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, as the basics, Jason's wearing the hockey mask. He's got the machete.
Yeah.
He's basically
I'm aware
a zombie.
of it, though.
Okay.
I am aware, though, that Jason can't be killed no matter what. So,
For some reason, they never explain it.
yeah. Although I kind of want to go with an option D, because I had an idea.
You're asking for the D kind of early, but I mean, I guess we could give it to you.
No, I
ask for it.
don't want the D yet. I think I'm
Okay.
gonna save that off.
Okay.
But trying to think here.
You want to let Zach go and then kind of come back to you?
Yeah.
All right.
You go ahead, Zach.
Zach, what
Okay.
you thinking?
I definitely would have to say explosions. How can you go wrong with a couple of explosions? Especially if there's a bunch of fireworks for the month. I figured, hey, try to lure him into a firework trap, make him go kaboom.
Okay, so I was
mean,
going to
hey,
ask the
chill.
follow-up question, what kind of explosions? But so you're thinking fireworks, because the camp is going to have
Yeah.
fireworks. Okay.
I mean, hey,
all right.
last time I did Would You Survive, I said Molotovs. I let the whole thing ablaze.
I mean, fire is a powerful, powerful thing. Might be enough to take care of him. I don't know. What do I know? I'm
Could
just
say
an
it's lit.
evil game show host. So Crash, that leaves you. What you feeling?
Well, I'm thinking that since the I don't know have any knowledge of Friday the 13th whatsoever, but I do know that Jason can't swim because he basically sinks like a brick pretty much. So I'm thinking either throw him in the lake or explosions personally, but
Okay. Okay. Gotta pick. I'm gonna do the
I
Jeopardy
can't say-
timer in a second.
I can't say
You
I can't say the explosion thing would work. I mean,
I mean,
it probably
you could. You would just have to pick something other than fireworks.
or lighting stuff on fire again, because the last time I did that,
If
I mean,
you
I
want to
did get
go
the
with
point.
Molotovs, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm just gonna tell you if you live or not.
yeah. I think I am gonna go with them all.
Okay.
With fire, because it granted, there's probably like you could set up like a lot of explosives in that one shack, and since I think if I remember right, Jason is a bit of a mama's boy, and I'm going off the Friday the 13th video game here from the footage I have seen of it. You could basically like set up a mannequin of Jason's mom.
Okay.
Oh no.
And as soon as he gets into the cabin house, you could throw a Molotov into there, and set the whole place on fire, and then try to find the nearest car. Although you probably have to start it up and all that, and with the battery and all that, and then just book it, fit the guck out of there, as I would say. Spoonerisms.
Okay.
I love spoonerisms.
All right. I will take that answer. All right. So we're going to use the computer that is my Rue brain for a second to think this over. Zach. So you're using fireworks. Based on the movies, fireworks are not going to be enough to stop him for very long. He would shrug that off, most likely. I mean, if you got anything a little bit stronger, maybe, but delaying tactic-wise, fireworks probably not going to do it. And Crash, same kind of thing. He doesn't like fire, but he will very much murder you while being on fire. So now you've got a machete-wielding psychopath with a flaming machete. So neither of you are doing great in this instance. He might be going down for a little bit, but unfortunately... That's a death for both of you on this one. Look, to be fair, Jason is very difficult to take out. I'm gonna be completely honest. He is not easy to work with. So I can't even be remotely surprised on this one, because I'd struggle with this one. Though personally, exercise him. I think he just needs to get a good workout in, kind of work out some aggression a little bit. Honestly, the exercise might get him to be a camp counselor. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's there. Might as well use it. But good job on the first question, even though you both died. We do have our next question coming up. So the question is, are you guys ready for that?
I'm ready as ever.
Yep.
All right. We have I Know What You Crashed Last Month. So, recently our country suffered a crisis of epic proportions. And before you ask, it's not the one you're thinking of. No. It's far worse. Someone knows that you caused Fur Affinity to be taken down for 2 weeks. Your actions left furries trapped outside their natural habitat and forced to confront the outside world. Millions died. Probably. Anyway, it was all because of you, and now at least one survivor has left a message in body fluids on your wall revealing they know your secret and are secretly plotting your doom. You need a way to avoid your own demise. Would you? A. Stay inside for the foreseeable future. B. Flee to the Alaskan wilderness to avoid society. Or C. Throw someone else under the bus. Option Ds are available, however. Also, how could you? I mean, do you have any idea how many furries couldn't post their furry porn? The heck?
There are other ways, but I'm not gonna say it here because it's Twitch, and I don't want you to get banned. Twitch/YouTube.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, for goodness sake,
all right. There are a lot of sites. I'll give you that. I'm posting on a good chunk of them. But what you thinking? Give me some thought process here. And if you need
I don't like throwing it. I don't want to throw people under the. Oh, I'm just muttering to myself.
All right, Zach, you want to take a stab at it?
I think I will, because I have an option D in my head that might.
You do have an option D available. So are you going to ask for the D?
Yes, I will ask for the D. I never thought I'd say.
Well, I'm glad to be the first furry they got to have that asked for you. Then I will gladly give you my D. So what you got?
Well, I remember in master disguise and everything else. I can imagine if you can pull it well enough, change your disguise constantly, as someone recognizes you first, hurry up, go to different state, maybe different country, change your identity, all of that.
Are you telling me you would change your persona?
Yes, if I had to. Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's pretty drastic. I don't know if I could be so brave. Well, I mean, considering it's furries, I mean, if you want to avoid the pipe bombs, then you gotta do what you gotta do. But all right. Option D for you. You're thinking, just disguise yourself, change your persona. I can't say whether I like it or not because we're not done yet. But I will. I'm registering that option. I'm thinking about it. Crash, how you feeling? What you thinking?
Bugger.
It feels like you want to say throw someone else under the bus, but you don't want to say that out loud.
Maybe.
All right. Well, hypothetically, if you were gonna throw someone else under the bus, who's it gonna be?
Yeah.
It could be anybody. I will say anybody you can throw under the bus.
Trying to think of who I could.
Could be a celebrity. Could be someone here. Hopefully not me. Could be Zach.
Oh.
Just
suggestions.
What? Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say their name, but let's just say the person who runs this stinking U.S. more or less, because let's just face it,
I see you. I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear
let's
you.
Just face
I understand.
Let's face it. I'm not gonna put this in the long terms, but basically, you just have to blame everything on him.
Nothing else needs to be said on that one, but your answer has been registered. All right, so let's go through these real quick. Zach, changing your identity, going off to a new place. You know what? I'll give that to you. I will go ahead and say that would be enough to survive this, because, I mean, eventually they might find you, but furry's short-term memory, it's not going to stick around. And Crash, we're not going to go into politics, but...
No, it's not.
That's all I'm going to say on that one.
That's all you need to say.
Nothing else needs to be said on that one. We're just going to leave it at that. I'm gonna get canceled today. That's this is how it happens.
You and me both.
This is where it starts. This is where it ends. It was nice having a game show. Let's go ahead and next slide for half a second, just to take that breather. So, are you guys ready for the last question of Would You Survive?
I'm ready as ever. Oh,
okay. You guys are tied. So we're gonna see how this goes. All right. Let's see the question. Semi-final destination. You just recently boarded flight 180 boarded flight 180 from JFK International to Paris. We're very professional here. Unfortunately, a crazy person claimed that the flight was going to explode, and you, along with several others, deplaned. The flight did go ahead and blow up, and over the next few weeks, everyone who survived the flight died in horrific freak accidents. You were the last to deplane, and you have noticed that there is a bit of a trend here. You've actually avoided death for years using a strategy of being very, very careful. You know that it's death o'clock again. It's basically going to be that time again. You know that death is going to try and come up with some sort of Rube Goldberg way to kill you off again. But the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out, and you'll be damned if you don't get your hand on one. So under this scenario, you both have enough money to afford a Nintendo Switch 2. Just so you
God, I wish.
Yeah, just go ahead and... This is a scenario where you have that money, but death is after you. So, keeping it in mind, that scenario, knowing that you got to get that Nintendo Switch, would you... Wait for the... There we go. A, get one from a scalper. B, brave the Walmart crowds. C, wait till death is done chasing you. And we have a couple other more options in here, so you technically be asking for option F here. D, steal it from someone else. Or E, wait for a holiday sale.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I heard that. I heard a duck.
Quack.
Was that just me?
That
I
was
think
I heard a
my
squeak.
nose. Don't mind me. I literally have a squeaker in my nose. It's a feature in the Durgo toy by Nicorita. I changed it out for something to be a little more subtle, not something super loud and squeaky.
Okay.
Well, that's just adorable. It's not going to save you, but it's adorable.
Oh,
You know what? I'm gonna go
every
first.
time. Everybody says that.
Ooh, I'm hearing. Okay,
I'm
okay,
gonna-
all right.
I'm gonna
Let's
go
hear it.
skip. I'm gonna. Typically, I would honestly want to get a PS5 first because of Astrobot.
Go with your guts. Let your soul speak to you, or just
Or the
pick
heart of the
randomly.
cards.
Heart of the cards.
Y'all are distracting me. Do not ever trust scalpers. That's one damn thing. Because those guys have ludicrous prices.
They're evil. Yes.
Like never.
I agree with that.
Walmart crowds? Hell no. Especially if it's Black Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. Stealing is not that great, and waiting until death is done chasing you could be
Tricky.
could be a while. Yeah, it could be
Okay.
tricky. So
that leaves
holiday
E.
sales.
Mhm.
Holiday sales is the way to go, personally.
All right.
Plus, you could get the Nintendo Switch in a bundle and actually have a game to go with it. You know?
Ooh. All right. All right. One follow-up question.
Hmm?
Which holiday? Which holiday sale you waiting for?
Oh, that's tough.
Obviously not Black Friday, because holy crap, the crowds on that.
Why don't
I
you
mean,
talking about? I'm sure it'd end up fantastic.
No.
All right. All right.
Probably Cyber Monday would probably be better because at least you could maybe get sent directly to you.
Okay.
there's that.
All right. All right. We're gonna register that as a possible option. Then Zach, what you feeling?
I'd honestly give it a shot at trying to brave the Walmart crowds, especially with how much I can like maneuver around people and everything else. I just basically
Get some
just
zigzag going on.
Yeah, the zigzag, try and move around. I'd be like, "Ooh, looky, mine, yoink!"
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let's go over these then. Let's see. We're gonna start with you, Crash. So I decided when putting that one up there that there was one holiday, and only one holiday that I would give you, and that holiday was Cyber Monday. Because, as you stated, it'll be coming to you, and that's a bit further out. You got a bit more time to wait. If your house is your safe place, then they'll have to deliver it, and you can go through whatever kind of procedure you need to go through to keep it from somehow murdering you. So I'm gonna give you Cyber Monday. That is a win. Zach. So hold on. So this question was written by one of my staff who loves the Final Destination series, and they actually wrote out a creative death for all of these, which of course includes Walmart. So you brave the Walmart crowds to get the Switch on Black Friday, or any holiday, whatever. You get one, and as you are checking out, they announce that the new Pokemon, Zelda, and Mario games are given free to the first 50 customers who show proof of Switch purchases to the customer service desk. You are almost trampled, and you bump into a fishing pole, which pulls on a tennis rack, which knocks over tennis balls, which rolls into a case of wine, causing a crash and spill, which falls on the floor and wets you, which also causes some electronics to short circuit, which sparks all over the floor, which causes you to be electrocuted. So unfortunately, you did die on that one. I mean, how could you not see?
No.
That's exactly what was going to happen. It was so obvious. I mean, but that said, we got 2 right for Crash, 1 right for Knightly. We are at a point where Crash wins the first round. Woo!
Oh, nice.
Congratulations, Zach. You still got 2 more rounds to try and get yourself a little bit of leeway before death, but that does finish our first round. So we'll be going to commercial break in just a moment, and for those of you who are on Twitch, we'll be playing one of our new fancy schmancy commercials that were made by our staff. A lovely little thing that's entertaining. We'll put a link up for it too. And then I'll put this little cut back for the YouTube edit so it doesn't look as professional. So for those of you watching, keep an eye out for a commercial. We'll be back in just a moment. And thank you for watching, would you? Be right back. Mornings can be tough. So much to do, so little time. Sometimes it's a fight just to wake up. How about something simple?
I'm glad I just got the tea.
Brew bold for a bold brew. And for those more hectic moments.
Oh, can I get a coffee?
And welcome back to Would You? We're on to our second round, and of course Crash is already sitting on one little lovely golden kangaroo, indicating he has one life point available to him. Zach, you got plenty of opportunities to earn some more, but question is, are you guys ready for the next round?
Yep, Earth.
I'm ready for it.
Alright, let's see it! Alright, so our next round is FMK. Fornicate, marry, and knock off, because we don't want to get in trouble when we put this on YouTube. But on this round, we're going to give you 3 different characters that you can choose between to fornicate, marry, or knock off in this case. With the options you have, keep in mind, the options are basically known by everyone in that category. So, if you pick the wrong person to fornicate, wrong person to marry, or wrong person to knock off, the others may have a negative response. So, just keep that in mind to make sure you pick the right order, or else, you might die. Are you guys ready for the first selection?
I'm
Yeah,
ready for
pretty
it.
much.
Alright, let's see it. We have 3 delightful werewolves. We've got Big B from Wolf Among Us, Were Helsing from Helsing, and Jean Talbane from Darkstalkers. So, just so you guys have a little bit of background here, I'll give you some basic stats, because if you haven't played these things before, I don't want to be unfair. So, Big B, bit of a big bad wolf type character. He is a powerful werewolf. He has a wolf, human, and hybrid form, and he does not need a full moon to transform. Also, detective, tries to solve mysteries, tries to be a good guy. We have Were Helsing. Were Helsing, he only has a hybrid form for transformation. Otherwise, he's one of the world's deadliest monster hunters. He's strong enough to take on Dracula in the werewolf form, so a lot of strength there. He has to transform during a full moon. He has no option. And also, he's basically, when he's in werewolf mode, he will make a genocide run on Undertale. So just so you know, once he's in werewolf mode, all human empathy's out. And John Talbane from Darkstalkers, werewolf form only. He has key-based fighting moves, so he does have the ability to fight. He does not need a full moon to transform. He can just go like that anytime he wants. Under this scenario, by the way, full moon is out, so all of these people will be in their full moon forms at the time of this question. So, fornicate, marry, knock off. What you feeling?
Is now a bad time to mention I'm straight?
Just go with it. We have some ladies coming up. Don't worry, I kept that in mind. So if it helps, just role play a little bit. Or what is it? The Rule 35? What's the one where they all get gender swapped?
Gender bend.
Yeah. So you can, for your question, all these are gender bent. Or in case of John Talbane, the one vampire guy, the moonlight attack he does, where he switches your gender. Literally in the universe of Darkstalkers, there's a person who can change your gender and then suck your blood.
Huh.
So, that.
That's an interesting thing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they literally have Rule 35 basically part of the universe. But, if that helps,
63.
you can gender bend it. 63? Okay. Well, regardless, who you picking?
Why don't you go first?
One question. What's fornificate mean?
Fornicate is,
Okay. That's the first I've ever heard that word, so. Okay. Huh. I'd have to probably go with for the fornificate part. Maybe John Taliban, because it looked like they would be gentle about it.
Okay. So fornicate with him. Who are the other two?
Who would I marry? I'd have to say Big because it looks like they have the smarts and be able to have a level head.
Mm-hmm.
Both
Okay.
situations.
All right. I could see that being a good option, possibly. Maybe the wrong option. I'll let you know soon. And does that mean that you're going with warehousing for death?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go ahead and lock that in. Crash.
John? Oh, sorry, Jane?
Jane. Okay. Jane Talbane. Sure.
Yeah. Mary, I think, would be, Mary would be Bigby because they're a detective. They know what they're doing. They,
Okay.
probably would, they, like,
so you're concurring Big B's the marriage?
yeah, and knock off his
Okay.
housing because I don't know anything about housing, but I do know that they're a monster hunter. So, oh boy, I
Fair
don't know where
enough.
that's gonna
Alright.
go, but
So
Yeah.
let's go through this real quick then. So you're both doing the same answer. I will be able to answer both at the same time. With the answers you've given me, I will actually say that is a good way to go about it. Reason being, Bigby and John Talbane are not as likely to absolutely murder you under any circumstances. Now, Were Helsing is, to me, one of the finest looking werewolves we've seen in movies in a long time. However, he does kill the person he loves while in that form, so marriage or fornication with him will end in your death. So that is a good way to go about it. Congratulations. That is the first round where you both have a good answer at the very beginning, so congratulations. Are you
course.
guys ready for the next round?
I'm
yeah, I
ready
think
for
so.
it.
Okay. Now I have great news. All females for the next round. All lovely, powerful women. So I got you covered.
Cool.
Right. All right. So let's go to the next slide. And aha! Technically, they're
Oh,
all
boy.
women.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
we have the Xenomorph Queen from Alien. We have Syl from Species, who, just in case, I went ahead and put some little sensor marks up there. If you've seen her design, the nose has a very prominent area right there. It's alien, but it's still pretty obvious. And we have the Queen of Blades, Sarah Kerrigan from StarCraft. So, just a little bit of
That's all-
background for these guys. Oh, good.
I only know of Sarah.
I'm gonna give you some background on all three. So just a little bit.
Okay.
So, Xenomorph alien. She is larger than other xenomorphs, so plenty to love. She can birth hybrids, so if you do end up fornicating or marrying with her, then you will have your own xenomorph children. She does have acidic body fluids, but I mean, I'm sure you could figure something out there. There's, it's the future. I'm sure we have some acid-proof condoms somewhere. Syl from Species. She's a literal femme fatale. Her goal is to fornicate and murder the people she's with. Her body is designed to mate and destroy. Also, self-regenerating abilities, so keep that in mind. Sarah Kerrigan, she is a powerful psionic. She controls hive minds of aliens, the Zerg specifically, and she can wipe out a planet in a matter of hours. So, she's a girl boss. But all three of these powerful women can be yours or not. Just depends on how you mix it up a little bit. How you feeling about these? And hey, look, I did get you some ladies. You can't say I didn't, technically.
No.
That is fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
And they're hot alien babes, no less.
Yeah.
True.
All right, how are you feeling on this one?
I think I'm gonna go in a reverse order here.
Okay.
I'm gonna knock off Syl because of what you just mentioned. The fact that they are that the whole if you try to fornicate with them, they basically kill you. So
I mean, most likely. Okay, all right. So kill on Syl. What's the other two?
Probably marry the Xenomorph alien queen because acid blood.
Okay.
And that probably wouldn't go well if you did do that. And fornicate with Kerrigan. Because, well, you could get some nice Zerglings to Zergrush. And that's always a
Ooh.
plus, right?
Oh, there's a lot of Zerg-based dirty humor I could do right now, so I'm already
Yeah.
feeling the danger on that
No.
one.
Personally,
So-
though, I am a Terran player for StarCraft, so Jim Raynor's my man. So I know how he
Okay.
feels about Sarah.
Oh yeah, no, she's a. I'm gay, but Sarah Kerrigan, Queen of Blades. I get it. I get it. Zach, what you feeling?
For the sake of my mental health, for the sake of my level-headedness, I'd have to go for the Queen of Blades to Fortificate, because that sounds a lot more logical approach to go with, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And then who I'd marry? I'd have to say I'd marry the Xenomorph Queen. Big, scary, she's tough, everybody's afraid of her.
Okay. And that means you're killing Syl as well?
Yep, I'm killing Syl as well.
Okay. All right. So
I want to be alive.
you followed the same path. That path certainly couldn't lead you to no, you both die. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Do you really want to like have Sarah Kerrigan be a side piece? You think she's gonna stand for that? She will murder the other two and you. Like in a heartbeat.
Oh.
She's not gonna
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
true.
have her be your side piece. You are her side piece. You should have. Now, if you have her be your queen, then she can probably stare the other two down if you have to give them a little bit of loving. And if either of them even growl at you slightly, she'll absolutely tear their heads off. So she is your ultimate backup, and you made her her side piece. Y'all both fail on that one. I'm sorry. But good
Yeah.
try. Good try. You do have another chance to be able to see if you can't find a good order on this one. You guys are both tied, so you're doing well. Although, you know, I'm almost wondering, are you guys copying each other, or are you coming to the same conclusion because you feel it's right?
Probably
Uh,
the same conclusion, if anything.
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
probably.
Well, I'm kind of curious how you're going on this next one, because we have three very unique individuals coming up. So we have Abe Sapien from Hellboy, the Amphibian Man from Shape of Water, and Link from Monsters vs. Aliens. Now, these are all basically Creature from the Black Lagoon knockoffs. Just to give you a little bit of a heads up here, Abe Sapien, he is from the Hellboy universe. He is intelligent. He's a trained agent. He has some psychic abilities, and he can be out of water for up to a week before it becomes a major issue. Amphibian Man from Shape of Water, he is mute, but extremely empathetic. He has healing abilities. He does need constant access to water, and he is, based on the movie, very much down to down to fornicate for the YouTube edit. So y'all can bleep me. And we have Link from Monsters vs. Aliens. He's charming. He's funny. He has possibly a little bit of super strength. He can exist outside of water with no major visible issues. And he possibly has the ability to communicate with animal creatures. He could talk to Insectosaurus, so he might be able to speak to animals or fish. We'll give him a little bit of leeway, but there's some mystery there, but we can assume he has those. Also, if you look at him, he has clearly skipped leg day. He's got those muscles. He's got pecs. He has skipped every leg day for his entire life. Look at those thighs.
Yeah.
Sorry, it just frustrates me a little bit. But with these lovely gentlemen, or in the case of straight people, gentle women, are as your options go, what you feeling?
No, I'll let you go first.
Okay. I'd have to say Abe Sapien for Fortificate, if anything. I mean, looks good looking to me.
Did you say fornificate?
Yeah.
They did.
Okay, so that's like what? Like having sex while putting up tower defense?
I think
Which
so.
I'm down for. That sounds great. That sounds like a good
it sounds
time.
like a good time to me. I don't know.
Baby, you know what gets me hot? Putting up more turrets. I'm down for that. I'm not complaining. I'm down for a good time. All right, so feeling the fornication for Abe Sapien. How about the other two?
I'd say, in terms of who I'd marry, I'd probably marry Link, because I see the movie, and he's really funny. He has a really good personality to me, if anything. Down to earth, low key, if anything, be able to talk to animals and whatnot, try to get a better understanding of things, what have you.
Okay. All right. So you're feeling the marriage with Link. He's got a wonderful personality. And then that leaves Amphibian Man to be murdered with a toaster, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Or Crash. I guess
Hey,
you can just
don't-
dive in.
Hey!
Sorry, not sorry.
It's right there. I couldn't. How could I not? All right. Well, by the way, for the sake of the proto-gen, we will assume that you have some kind of waterproofing for any of these three. And again, gender bent for all of them. But what you feeling, Crash?
Okay, so the amphibian man from Shape of... I don't think I've ever heard of Shape of Water. Get off my screen, fly.
Okay, it's literally a movie about a mute girl who sees this guy in a tank and is like, I should free him, and she does, and she absolutely has sex with him on film. It's yeah. But yeah, he does have some healing powers. He's kind of that like mysterious, like, I can't understand you, but I feel like I know you. Like that kind of thing. So you probably
okay.
yeah. I haven't seen the movie, but everyone I've everything I hear about the movie just goes to they do have that one sex scene. Like that's the main thing people mention.
I'm trying to figure this out. I do like the personality of Link from Monster vs. Aliens. It's been a bit since I last seen the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Mary thing is going to go to him, to Link.
Okay.
Fornicate. Ooh, that's tricky. Abe seems like a really good fella.
Okay.
Because, well, if I remember Hellboy, and I don't. Shoot, I don't remember. I can't remember Hellboy.
Okay. If I remember Hellboy, which I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think he'd be fine.
okay.
I'm probably not gonna. I'm not gonna personally kill any of these characters, because that's just me. But
you can get
I'm gonna
the
go
others
with,
to assist, but
yeah. I think if it. I think eight. I think I might go with Abe for the fornicating.
Fornificate. Yeah, you have
Right.
sex while putting up towers. We've decided that's what it is now. Which leaves Amphibian Man to die, essentially.
I guess so. Man, we
Y'all
really are picking the same answers.
Yeah, you guys have the same mindset here. All right, so I'll give both a pass. Here's the thing: as long as you don't kill Abe Sapien, you stand a chance here. The reason being, friends. If you end up trying to kill Link, then the monsters will most likely retaliate, which is bad. But Hellboy is worse. Hellboy would absolutely tear you a new one with the rock.
Yeah, I
fist.
remember that.
So, yeah, as long as you don't go
absolutely.
after him, that's kind of the pass on this one. But congratulations, you tied, so you'll both get the win on this one. Plus, you have these lovely beauties to take home with you. All right, but we'll go to our second commercial break and have a little bit of a break here. For those of you guys watching at home, thank you for coming by. You'll see our next commercial in a moment. But thank you again for tuning in to Would You. We'll be back in a minute. So, the agent looks at the family covered in body fluids and goes, "What do you call this act?" And they go, "The Aristocrats!" Oh, I think I'm gonna go.
Need to escape? Warp Travel Agency can get you exactly where you were going to end up anyway.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Thank you! At least someone gets it. Okay, welcome back to Would You, our Friday the 13th edition. We have one more round and then the final round, which I guess means 2 more rounds, to go through with you guys. But excellent job so far. Crash, you are sitting at 2 victory points. Golden Kangaroo's in front of you. And
Wait.
Zach, you've got 1. I'm sure it'll be enough to get you through the end. Are you guys ready for the next round?
I think I'm ready.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
more or less.
Let's see it! Would you change a thing? In this one, we will give you a chance to create a brand new universe of sorts. We have various types of genres, various types of movies, video games that are great out there, but what if you could change a thing? What if you could just do one thing to make it better or worse? With this, we give you a great chance to show the world your brand new invention and see if it'll actually pass the muster. And on this one, only one person is going to be the winner per question, so there won't be a tie this time.
Oh, boy.
Not that was a strategy or anything, Crash. Are you guys ready for Would You Change a Thing?
I'm ready for
I think
it.
so. Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's see the first one. Psychological horror. For years, games like Clock Tower, Silent Hill, and Fatal Frame have shown audiences that nothing is scarier than the human mind. Having to confront internal conflicts, psychological fears, and sometimes one's very own existence in the grand scheme of the universe has proven to be a great way to keep people on the edge of their seats. But, with all the great hits out there, and all the potential options to play with people's minds, there has to be a few stinkers. I want you to give me the worst fear to build a psychological horror game off of. So, of course, you've got the situations of fear of heights, fear of belly buttons, everything out there. You give me a game based on one of these horrors, and we see how good or bad it is. Which one do you want to go first?
If I may, I would like to go first because I have a very stupid one here.
Oh, I like it already. Let's hear it.
I can't pronounce this word, but it's hippo monstro
Monstro.
Delaphobia.
Is it the one where it's a fear of long words?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I had a feeling. I was sounding kind of long. So, all right. So, fear of long words. All right, sell me the game.
Okay, so it basically trying to convey the stupidity of this is just.
I'm on the edge of my seat, or podium, I guess. So no, let's hear it.
Okay, so it would be about this one person who has a fear of long words, such as I'm trying to think of that that anime plot video, but they would have a fear of long words like lagongas. And
All right, new rule. Whatever word you say next, you got to give it one attempt, and whatever it sounds like, that is the word. Yeah, you don't get to correct yourself. So what's the next word?
Okay, and they would try to survive as many long words as they possibly could, and but it's just one of those games where you could probably just take the piss out of it, more or less,
All right.
with all that ridiculous long.
In my head,
words.
I'm seeing typing of the dead expert mode in my head.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Something like that.
Okay, I could definitely. That would scare me if you're playing Typing of the Dead and suddenly you just see anti-disestablishmentarianism pop up. Like, no, where's the T? All right. I like the answer. I like where we're going. Zach, what you got?
I thought about this, and I actually did look up, make sure this is a phobia. It's basically around the fear of snow. So
Oh,
That's actually a fear.
it is.
Oh, then again, aquaphobia exists,
To be
so.
fair and clear, I did make sure it was an actual one, and it is on the list.
okay.
So I thought about just like casually walking down the road one day trying to get home, us, and you see a whole bunch of random snowmen pop up out of nowhere, basically chasing you down. Basically, have to try to get away from them and hide or something like that while trying to get home. And then by the time you beat the game, you wake up, only just realize that you have to shovel out your driveway by hand. And I know everybody hates doing that.
You'd rather expression by hand?
Yeah, by hand with a shovel.
Wait, okay, so you do have a shovel.
Yes, but a very crappy one.
Because I was like sitting there imagining you like scooping hand after hand. Okay, all right. So putting these in order, and Zach. Nah, I'm gonna give this one to Crash. Because
that's fair.
fear of long words. There's so much promise to have a terrible game off of that. I love it so much. I know. Also, I'm partly giving you the point because you're trying to say long words after getting like your teeth fixed. So I know I said I wasn't gonna give you some small break, but a little bit of one on that one. So, good job on those. All right, you guys ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Let's see it. All right, we have Resident Evil. Oh, sorry, let me say this right. Resident Evil spin-off.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you gotta say it right. Many horror game lovers have enjoyed the ever-growing universe that all came from one stormy night in the Arklay Mountains. From that one zombie bite, we've seen many games placed in Raccoon City, which then expanded to mountain fortresses, European castles, African villages, and enough death-trapped mansions to make Jigsaw blush. But for every good spin-off, there are some that have been stinkers. And I'm looking at you, Dead Aim. Due to trying out new game mechanics or trying to cut into markets they have no business to get into. I'm also looking at Umbrella Corps on this one too, because quite frankly... So, given the IP and a team of dedicated game developers, I want you to give me the best non-canon Resident Evil spin-off game you can make.
This one I actually did kind of struggle on because, well, I did actually think of one that would kind of be like a sort of flashback, but then again, this one is actually kind of good.
Give it to me. Let me hear it.
Not like in the sense that it's not it's a good game, but kind of a flashback to what Resident Evil spun off from, Sweet Home. If you ever heard of that.
Ooh. Okay. So, like, Resident Evil takes on Sweet Home and does it with, like, the RE engine or something?
Yeah, like the old-fashioned RPG elements and all that stuff. Like, where every character has, like, a permadeath kind of deal.
Ooh.
Yeah, if you don't know your history, Sweet Home was on the NES. Back when everything was a bit janky, you know, and pretty much what it is a thing where you need a specific character for a specific task, like say one character for like scooping up or for like vacuuming up glass shards and all that. So maybe like a flashback to Sweet Home.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be something like that. Although one person would be dealing with all of that all at once.
You could probably
so there would be
it.
there would be like a crap ton of multitasking if it was single player. But multiplayer, yeah, I can see that too.
Okay,
but,
all right.
Yeah,
let me chew on that.
Kind of a flashback.
Chew on it. Let me chew on it.
But yeah, look it up. But
oh no,
look
I'm
up
aware
Sweet
of
Home.
the. If they ever do like a HD on that, I'd give it a shot. All right, Zach, what you thinking?
So I had an idea for it. It sounds stupid, but the only thing.
Obviously we don't deal in stupid here. We're a very smart show.
Yeah,
we don't make any mistakes.
The only thing I could think of would be Resident Evil Animal Crossing. Basically, basically what I thought about was like, just I decide which side is good or evil, trying to be on their good side or whatever, like in the actual game. But like how these events where it's like, oh, the miasma has appeared, you need to fight this now. Woo! Or something like that. Or if a boss just randomly appears, you have the resources to try to fight it, or fight it with like all different players and everything else.
So you'd have to actually manage probably the mansions or an island full of... Okay.
So
All
something
right.
like Fallout Shelter, I'm guessing.
Kind of.
But with like Resident Evil mechanic. All right, so
Yeah.
thinking on this one.
I can see it.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. These are both really good. Like, I would play either of these, but I'm gonna give this one to Zach. It's a very, very narrow thing. The biggest reason why is with the Sweet Home, I feel like that's gonna be a Sweet Home game more than it's gonna be a Resident Evil game. Like, I would like to see
Yeah, I
them
hear
go to
that.
the original. And again, I love the idea. But I'm gonna give it to Zach because I kind of love the idea of like a management, like a roller coaster tycoon with like Arclay mansions or something. That does appeal to me. I think that'd be actually kind of awesome. So I'm gonna give you on that one. By the way, my idea, do like a Night Rain kind of like circle enclosing kind of thing, but every map you go to, different zombies from different games. So T virus zombies one map, G virus zombies another one, mold virus for another. Like mix it up so you have to go against the different ones. So that was my idea for it.
Yeah.
Which means I win. No, Zach can get the point on that one. All right, so
Yeah.
you guys ready for the next one?
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Several nights set to be determined. Much to the shock of many, me, Five Nights at Freddy's has become one of the most influential media properties today, despite the fact that it is simply the answer to the question, what if we turned the lights off at Chuck E. Cheese and screamed in your face a lot? Still, no one can deny that the otherworldly fuzzy robots can instill a sense of fear, dread, horror, and in the case of Glamrock Freddy, pure unadulterated sexual attraction. Still, the robot's fur is getting tattered, and we could use some new skins to instill terror in the hearts of innocent security guards. With all the power of Scott Cawthon.
Cawthon. Yeah.
He's got a weird name. Scott Cawthon
Cawthon.
behind you. Cawthon?
Yeah, more or less. Scott Cawthon. That's how I hear it
Coughing?
pronounced all the time.
Coughing. Scott Coughing. All right. What would you replace the robot skin with?
This one I did actually kind of struggle with a bit on.
There's a lot of options.
On my part.
There's a lot of options. So, but what are you thinking?
I've heard of a game that actually uses Wario characters for their gameplay. I'm not joking.
So like Five Nights at Freddy's, but we're talking like Wario, Waluigi, or are you saying someone already made that?
Yeah, somebody already made that.
Okay. Of course they did. Waluigi coming out of the dark would very much terrify me. Wow.
Yeah, especially-
No, I would
Look
shit
it
my
up,
pants.
Look
Shit
it up,
my
though.
pants. That's what I would do.
They are great gameplay first games.
I will look into it, but I want to look into yours that you're about to tell me right now.
Actually, I'm gonna let Nightly go first.
Okay. What you got, Zach?
Oh boy, did I think of this one real hard. So I thought about a Five Nights at Dead Space.
Oh.
So I thought about it because I played through the franchise before, so I'm like, because basically like different enemies would pop up at night, what have you, and try to like shut the door, open the door, shut the door, open the door, and then I could imagine like a voice and I'd be like, "Hey guys, hold Isaac," every now and then.
Ooh.
Like,
So you're just straight up putting necromorph skins on these things. You have no love for the security guard. You're just like, okay, we took the slightly dangerous animatronics and we just made them infinitely more dangerous. You're mean. You're mean.
Yeah.
I get that
I can
sometimes.
Okay.
I just picture something with that one though. The
Okay.
only way to take out the necromorphs that were trying to come to the door is to shut the door on them.
Oh yeah,
Not like-
you'd have to literally.
not like-
you wouldn't be
not
trying
like in
to
his
close
face.
before. Oh, you made it a QTE. That's terrifying to me because I've got shit reflexes. Okay. All right.
Yeah, believe me.
Crash. What's your idea?
Dang it.
What, did you think if you gave it to Zach, I wouldn't come back to you?
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's just that the idea I gave to Zach was actually very good. Fuck.
All right. Well, I'm sure yours is too. Let's hear it.
All right. We did get stuck on this one because, well, let's face it, all the fan games that I've heard about are already a thing. Like the
Yeah,
Warriors
yeah.
thing, yeah, that was a thing. I guess. You know what would make a good thing? There's
What?
probably a mod for it. I was thinking maybe instead of animatronics, it would be something like. For some reason, I just picture. It might be because I was playing Payday 2 earlier before coming onto the show,
Mm-hmm.
but something along the lines of.
So
Maybe
far, I'm just
try-
seeing giant question marks in my head.
Okay, so you're basically trying to rob a bank, but also trying to keep out this. It's kind of a reverse Five Nights at Freddy's, where you're trying to keep out security guards and police officers from interrupting you from robbing a bank, pretty much.
So like, you're the animatronic trying to steal from a bank?
Kind of, I guess. You're a bank
Okay.
robber trying to
Okay.
keep out the police officers from either side of the room, and if one gets in, that's it. You're done, or you get arrested and all that.
Okay. All right. So
Damn it! Now I'm thinking of it with Slice Cooper skin.
too late. all right.
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna give
that's
this one
my
to
answer.
Zach. I'm giving this one to Zach. The Xenomorph
Fair enough.
animatronics is terrifying. Now, mind you, the idea of like having like the you playing as animatronics would be good, but I feel like you'd kill the security guards, and then there'd be like a risk thing, like maybe an alarm goes up. Like I think there's some room there, but I gotta get to the Necromorphs because that terrifies me infinitely more. But congratulations, Zach. That means that you get another point, and we'll be going into the second round tied again. I tried to avoid the ties, but tied again with 2 points to keep you alive through our last round, which is all Friday the 13th trivia. So, for those of you watching at home, we'll be back after one more commercial break, and we'll see which one of these people, or I guess me, goes down the pit. But thank you for watching Would You, and see you in a minute. Welcome back to the final round of Would You. So you guys have both been doing a fantastic job. Congratulations. You both have earned these lovely golden trophies here. But this is the part where it all comes down to this. This is the part where everything will either lead you to going away and living your lives peacefully or going down to the pit and facing... Oh, let me see what it is this time. Evil dentist. I thought so. What do you know? I'm completely joking. Apparently, it's evil flamingos. Anyway, we have a trivia round based off of nothing but Friday the 13th questions. These, of course, are your life points. Once you have run out, the next question you get wrong, that's it. There are 8 questions in total. If you manage to get through all 8, and both of you are still alive, then I gotta go in the pit. However, if it's the other way around... sorry, that's how it goes. Any questions before we go on to the trivia?
I don't have any questions.
No, I don't
Alright.
got any. Though I do have to make the observation that I don't know anything about Friday the 13th.
Well, you can always guess. Also, we're not talking about the movie, we're talking about the date.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you an example, because the first question
Okay.
goes to you, Crash. Would you believe on September 13th, 1985, Super Mario Bros. Was released on Nintendo?
On Friday the 13th?
On a Friday the 13th?
I'll have to look that up later, but I'm gonna say no.
Okay. That answer is incorrect. It was indeed released on a Friday the 13th. So, unfortunately, this guy goes bye-bye. But you have another one ready for you to save your life. However, in the meantime, Zach,
Yes.
would you believe that on July 13th in 1923, a scientist that was looking for the missing link accidentally found the first recorded fossilized dinosaur eggs?
say I believe that.
You would believe that. Well, that's fair, because it's actually correct. Indeed, he was looking for the missing link on Friday the 13th. He went out and ended up finding the first recorded fossilized dinosaur egg. So, good job. But Crash, I have a follow-up question. Would you believe that on the same day, the Welcome to Las Vegas sign was put in Las Vegas, Nevada, on the exact same day?
I'm gonna say, yes. I'm gonna die.
That answer is incorrect. The
Yeah,
Hollywood sign, however, did go up on the exact same day. I'm not even kidding. The Hollywood sign went up on the exact same day as that. So your safety net's
that's
kind of
fair.
missing here, bud. So
Yeah, it's fine.
But you got a little room. There's plenty of more times to stay in. You're good. On the other note, though, Zach, would you believe that on September 13th in 1935, the Hughes H1 racer set a new land speed record of 567 miles per hour?
Ooh, tough one.
Ain't it, though? Ain't I a stinker?
I have to say no. I wouldn't believe that for that day.
You wouldn't believe that for that day? You sure?
I'm sure.
That's correct. It was actually 567 kilometers per hour, which would have been 352 miles per hour. It's a good call.
Geez, that's like super speedy.
Oh, it's still really quick, but... meanwhile, next question to you, Crash. Now, this could be the danger zone. So, would you believe that on February 13th in 1970, according to music experts, the first heavy metal album was released?
First heavy metal album. What is it? Just out of curiosity.
Well, it either does or does not exist.
You can't
Like,
see
if I
it, but
told you, wouldn't that give you the answer?
True.
You got your one break. I'm not giving you another. Silly proto-gen.
Is it a piece of a Kit Kat bar?
Right, remember, instinct. What are you feeling?
Thinking that this, and I've only got one. And I've only got
cut the tension with a butter knife.
lives.
You only have no lives. The worst thing that could happen is you go into the bottom of that pit, which
Right.
I'm told is horrifically excruciating. But besides that, you have nothing to worry about. I'm kidding. I wasn't told that. I went down there. It's awful. But
All right. I hate to ask, but can you repeat it one more time? The question.
absolutely. On February 13th, 1970, according to music experts, the first heavy metal album was released.
I kind of feel like I would believe that.
You are correct. Black Sabbath released an album on that day, and music experts consider that to be the first heavy metal album.
Huh.
But, Zach,
Aye.
would you believe on October 13th, 1972, the a rugby team's boat shipwrecked on a deserted island, and they were forced to resort to cannibalism until being rescued in December?
I'm gonna have to say I wouldn't believe that.
That's fair. It was actually a plane crash. So, good job on that one. Good job on that one. Crash. Admittedly, this is the last question for you. If you get it right, then I have to go in the pit because there's no way for Zach to lose at this point. If you get it wrong, you go on the pit, and Yeah, I kind of want you to go down the pit. I don't want to go down there again. So, on November 13th, 2009, would you believe that NASA found evidence of water on Mars?
I don't know. I did. My brain's going
I feel like your systems are about to overheat.
Yeah, a little bit.
But good news is there's probably water down there, and that'll cool you down.
I am gonna go with... No, I don't believe that.
You're right. It's false. They found evidence of water on the moon. Which means I have to go in the pit. Yay, congratulations. You both win and I lose. So, before we go, yay for you. I don't want to go down there again.
If I say consolation, Toggle, I say we're all winners by the end of the day.
Well, I do have our respawn point somewhere around here, so I'm sure I'll be fine. But before we go, last chance. You guys want to push your streams real quick?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to streaming next week, but,
Yeah, you need to heal, buddy.
Yeah, I need to heal.
But
I
once you
stream
do heal...
But yeah, once I do heal, I stream about every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and sometimes Sunday, where I do racing games. You guys can catch me on CrashZone194. I'm currently playing Cult of the Lamb as my focus game, but
Crash is a good bean. Make sure you check him out. You did a good job. Good
Thank you, Toggle.
Good boy.
But I'm not as good as a bean as you.
Yeah. You say that while being the cause of my death. So, Zach, you want to push yourself real quick?
Yeah, thank you. I'm Knightlyzach. My current game addictions right now are both Sea of Thieves and Destiny 2. A little bit of Minecraft in between. I like Rubber Duckies and Dragons, so if you like all the shenanigans and chill, you should go to twitch.tv/Knightlyzach.
I forgot to push something real quick. I'm 10 followers. I'm 10 followers away from 500.
Oh, dang.
Hey, nice.
I'm a lot of followers away from not that. All right. Stand here for safety. Stand there for safety. Let me push myself real quick, because I get to do that, but don't you dare. I can sense it. But my name is Toggle. This has been my game show. If you guys want to check me out later, check me out on Twitch at Toggle_Rue. We've got a Discord channel as well, where we do a lot of fun things as well. We'll be back with another episode of Would You in probably about a couple of months or so, and keep an eye out for our commercials, our skits, and everything we do in the future. My name is Toggle. It has been a pleasure to entertain you today, and apparently I'm about to go to my doom, according to the Council of Flamingos. So, with that said, I'll see you guys later. Drop me! Anytime now.
Hello?
Is this working? Hold on.
I
I
don't know, is it
didn't
working?
do any chords, I swear. It wasn't me.
Which one of you broke my door? Alright. Well, I'm assuming it's broken, so I'll just go ahead and poof.
We spilled the Pepsi. It's broken. It doesn't work. We're sorry.
That's why I tell you guys to drink Coke up there. Alright, well, let me see. Do I have a creative way to tick myself?